is with the United States. It is a one-off agreement. Our priority is the resettlement of women, children and families. This will be an orderly process. It will take time. It will not be rushed.
Our refugee resettlement program has grown considerably in the last year. That's under the President's direction. We engage all countries to find durable solutions for refugees. The President believes that it's important that we do that.
Well, the refugees, 2,465 of them, rejected by Australia, and now the Obama administration is planning to grant them asylum. If you take a look at the numbers here, these are the total number of refugees admitted to the U.S. under President Obama. This is from the State Department Refugee Processing Center, and the total number, as you see there, 562,155. But this is interesting in that Australia is saying no, and the U.S. is saying yes. We're back with the panel, and we're fortunate to have an Aussie on the panel. Jonathan, what about this?
So, couple of things. Malcolm Turnbull, the Australian Prime Minister, he does sound very confident there. You know, we've got to deal with the United States and it will carry over no matter what happens. He might be saying that, but his cabinet and the people around him are very anxious, and there's a high level of anxiety that Donald Trump is going to tear this up on day one, or as soon as he can, unilaterally. I got a Facebook message from a very senior Australian political operative saying, "What do you think Trump's going to do?" And I've made a few calls on this, and I think we can be very safe to assume that Donald Trump is not going to look too kindly on this and can get rid of it.
I mean, the refugee issue is a big issue. He talks about it all the time.
But it is only Trump. I could see the Congress rising on this issue. Two questions are peculiar here. Number one, why is this being done in secret and nobody explaining anything about what's going on? Second, Australia is a country that shares our values. It's not as if these are people denied entry into Cuba or Bulgaria. So if the Australians are rejecting them, what is behind that? Doesn't that indicate there may be a problem here? The fact that they are being secret about this, I think empowers Congress to say, unless and until you explain this, this is not going to happen. We're going to deny the funds to do this.
I saw on Twitter someone saying that Australia started as a convict prison, a place for prisoners, and now they are rejecting
and that's
the
why
U.S.
They know undesirable.
All right, let's do winners and losers. Leslie, winner first, loser next.
I would say the winners this week for me were the firefighters of Tennessee. Those men and women are just working tirelessly to put out those wildfires. And the losers, I feel, are anyone fighting the recount. And the reason for this is if there is fraud, if there is a rigged, if there's any duplication at all, whether it's a Democrat or Republican vote, I as an American want to know that. I want every vote counted because I think more people will feel their votes count if we do that.
Jonathan, winner and loser?
Winner, oil and gas producers. We're talking a lot about Obamacare, but if you talk to Conservative leaders, the thing they're really excited about, they think can move quite quickly, is energy deregulation. And Donald Trump's got guys like Harold Hamm, oil billionaire, around him. He's going to work pretty hard on this. Loser, I have to say David Brock, the Clinton attack dog. He is calling around donors and trying to get them to buck up again and open their wallets, and the Democratic donors are not up for it.
Winner and loser?
Winner, the obvious winner of the week is Magnus Carlsen, the Norwegian world chess champion. He defended his title in a thrilling lightning round in New York on Wednesday. I know this elicits laughs. Thrilling chess, an oxymoron. Like, how do you do the wave in a chess match with your eyebrows? I know, I've heard those. Loser, Chris Christie. He aspired to the presidency, the vice presidency, the cabinet. Fired as transition head, and now is hoping to get the job as RNC head. That's quite a fall.
If anybody saw the hour we did on you, we know how fired up you get about chess.
Oh, I watched every minute of it. I was thrilled, actually.